The CEO's wife asked me to give up my position as technical director for her white moonlight, who had just returned from overseas. I didn't argue, I didn't protest, I just submitted my resignation silently. Mary, the CEO, and my wife was busy replying to messages at the time. She didn't even look up. "Got it, follow procedure," she said coldly. She had no idea that with just one careless signature, she had signed me right out of her world. That night, she didn't come home. I didn't call, didn't text, didn't panic like I used to. Even when I found used condoms at the villa, our home, I didn't lose it. I just calmly packed my bags and walked away. She was right about one thing. I am petty, because to me, anything touched by someone else becomes dirty, unworthy. Later that night, I posted a photo in the company group chat, her kissing the new director. Then I left the group, no explanations, no drama. Moments later, a message came from her. "George, I'm giving you 10 minutes, get over here, now." Funny. In her eyes, I was the weak one, a failure next to her precious white moonlight. So why is she yelling for me after I walked away? My name is George. 5 years ago, I had a whirlwind marriage with Mary, president of the Cygnus Group. I joined her company as technical director, dreaming of a life at the top with a wealthy, beautiful woman by my side, but dreams and reality rarely match. After 5 years of hard work, we built Cygnus into a rising star in the gaming industry. Tomorrow, the company is set to launch its biggest game yet, a project I led for over a year. A major deal with the Venus Consortium is also scheduled to be signed. If successful, Cygnus goes public. Everyone celebrating. That morning, HR called me in. "Director George, the president already signed off on your resignation," the manager said, looking conflicted. "Are you sure about this?" "She probably didn't realize you were the one resigning." I smiled faintly. "No need. Everything's been handed over. See you if fate allows." Back at the villa, I started packing. I was determined to leave no trace of her in my life. I burned the wedding album, tossed every gift I'd given her over the past 5 years. If I was leaving for good. After I moved into my new place, I felt free. For the first time in years, I could actually breathe. That night, I got a message from her. "George, what are you doing? I'm not home yet. Why didn't you call me?" Ha! She was out with Tom, her white moonlight. He even sent me a picture of the two of them, clearly planning to party all night at a hotel. I didn't reply. I turned off my phone and went to sleep. Slept like a rock, right through till afternoon. For once, it felt good. When I woke up, my phone was full of Mary's messages, asking questions, scolding me. The woman who once said I was too controlling now couldn't stand being ignored. That evening, I went to a farewell party at Nightfall Bar, arranged by some former co-workers. They insisted I come. As I walked in, the first thing I saw was Mary. She stood beside Tom, dressed to impress in a deep red dress, sheer black stockings, stiletto heels. She looked stunning. Tom wore a suit and tie. They stood close, like a real couple. To someone unaware, it would have looked like they were the ones married. I turned to leave, but Jacob from tech grabbed me. "George, you're here!" The CEO showed up early. She really cares, man. I sighed and sat in a corner, sipping juice. One by one, colleagues came over to toast me. I toasted them back, with my juice. Tom noticed, and it irked him. As the new technical director, he felt ignored, so he swaggered over with a wine glass and smirked. "Didn't think they'd still miss you even after you left," he said. Then leaned in close and whispered, "But you know what, George? A loser should know his place. So what if Mary's your wife? She still calls me whenever she needs it. Honestly, she's a real beast in bed." I went pale with rage but didn't respond. He tried to clink glasses again. I didn't budge. Mary walked over. "What are you doing, George? Tom is toasting you. And you're ignoring him?" I didn't even look up. "I've got a bad stomach. I can't drink." She slapped me. Hard. You feel wronged? Because I made Tom the director and you his assistant? Have you looked at your results? You've been working on that game for a year. Still nothing. Tom's only been back a few days and it's ready for launch tomorrow. And you think you deserve the title? She shoved the glass into my hand. Drink it. I looked her straight in the eyes. Mary, I told you. I can't drink. This is the last time you ever lay a hand on me. Do it again, and I won't be so forgiving. She trembled slightly. My gaze was colder than she'd ever seen. Just then, Tom started coughing violently. Mary rushed to him. Are you okay? You just had a stomach bleed a few days ago. Stop drinking. She took the glass from his hand. The irony? She cared more about his health than the years I gave her. But I wasn't angry anymore, because I had already let go. Tom had just poured me a glass of wine when Mary suddenly snatched it from his hand and replaced it with a glass of juice. She shoved the original wine glass into my hands and said coldly, George, don't make me despise you even more. Tom had recently been hospitalized for a stomach bleed. I knew exactly what had happened. He'd been out drinking all night at a nightclub with a group, and Mary had stayed with him at the hospital the whole time. Meanwhile, I had also been hospitalized that very night, in the room next door, with a stomach perforation from drinking with clients for work. Mary never came to see me, not even once. Mary barked, Don't push him too hard, George, pretending to defend Tom. Tom chimed in, Yeah, I got the bleeding from drinking with some clients. Then he paused. Oh, wait, sorry. I meant drinking with girls. Must have misspoken. Mary's face went pale, but then she turned on me, furious. George, how dare you go out drinking with those little tramps and then lie to me about it being for work? You will drink this wine. Right now. Before I could react, she threw the juice in my face and ordered Tom to hold me down and force the wine into me. I wasn't quick enough and accidentally swallowed a mouthful. Instantly, my stomach felt like it was on fire. My face turned pale. Cold sweat poured down. Manager Mary, Director George really can't drink. Jacob, one of my former teammates, rushed over to stop her. Mary snapped at him. What's it to you? Get lost. Jacob backed off, helpless. He couldn't go against her. Mary, that's enough! I shouted, my eyes red with fury. Touch me again and I swear I won't hold back next time. She took a step back, startled by the anger in my voice. Her lips trembled. She wanted to lash out, but she was visibly shaken. I tried to get up, my stomach screaming with pain. I needed a hospital. If this went on, I might really collapse. Just as I was about to leave, Tom jumped in with his usual fake concern. Mary, your husband's in bad shape. Let me take him to the hospital. She nodded and snapped. Look how much Tom cares. If you were even 1/10 as capable as him, I wouldn't have needed to demote you. Demote me? I laughed coldly. I resigned from the position and the marriage, she sneered. A useless man who failed at everything. Just go. Don't die in front of me. It's bad luck. I staggered away from the bar, holding back the pain. Right as I stepped outside, I ran into Lisa, the woman I was once engaged to who had waited for me for 5 years. George, what happened? Where does it hurt? Let me take you to the hospital. Tried to speak, but everything went black. It was around 1 a.m. when I woke up in a hospital bed. Lisa was asleep beside me. I felt guilty watching her. This silly girl still cared so much. I gently pulled the blanket over her, but the motion woke her up. George, you're awake. How do you feel? She was relieved, but quickly turned pouty. Didn't I tell you not to drink? You could have died. I smiled faintly. Maybe that wouldn't be so bad. She frowned. Why are you still thinking about her? She didn't even come see you. Why do you keep defending her? She's not my wife anymore, I said softly. Lisa's eyes lit. Really? Then, do I have a chance now? I looked at her, this woman who had quietly waited all these years, and nodded. If you don't mind, I'd be honored. Her face lit up. Then let's get married after you get the divorce. She handed me her phone. I opened WeChat. Tom had sent me new photos. him and Mary kissing passionately in the villa on the bed I had never even slept in. I felt nothing. I calmly forwarded the photos to the company group chat with the message, wishing Director Mary and Director Tom a lifetime of happiness. May true lovers be united. Then I left the group chat and blocked Mary's number. Within a minute, she sent several friend requests and messages. George, what do you mean by this? The game launches tomorrow. I just rewarded Tom. With a kiss. We didn't do anything else. Stop being so petty. How dare you block me? I want a divorce. In the past, I would have begged, cried, anything to make her stay. Not anymore. Lisa asked, "Are you really done with her?" I looked into her worried eyes and nodded. The papers are signed. We'll get the certificate tomorrow. She practically jumped with joy. Then, once the divorce is final, can we register our marriage? I smiled. I'll follow my wife's lead. Lisa hugged me tightly. I've waited so long for this moment. My heart ached. How had I been so blind? The next day, I tried to check myself out of the hospital. Lisa stopped me. You're not going anywhere. I've got a surprise for you today. I need to go get the divorce certificate. I rolled my eyes. Oh. Right, she giggled. Don't worry, I arranged everything. You don't even need to be there. I was stunned. Wait, you can get a divorce certificate without both people? Okay, she smiled mischievously, but you do need to be there for the marriage certificate. I asked the doctor if I could be discharged temporarily. He agreed, as long as I avoided exerting myself. 2 bodyguards came in, helped me into a wheelchair, and pushed me into the elevator. Just before the doors closed, I caught a glimpse of Mary, furious, looking around, shouting my name. Tom trailed behind her, face dark. Funny. Today was the big launch event for the Cygnus Group's new game. And yet, she wasn't celebrating. She was looking for me. Too late. I'm gone. Today was the launch of the game we'd spent a whole year developing. And the same day, Venus Consortium signed a $100 billion partnership with the company. It should have been a big day for me. But instead of being on stage, I was in a hospital bed, and yet, Mary showed up. Even with everything going on, she came to find me. Strangely, my heart was calm when I heard about it. I only thought, Mary, where was this effort before? Lisa noticed my silence and softly said, if you regret it, it's not too late. But I shook my head and reached out, holding Lisa's tightly clenched hand. She's no match for my wife, I said. Slowly, I felt Lisa's tense body start to relax. Getting our marriage certificate went smoothly. I looked a little pale, but the makeup artist was fast and skilled. The photos turned out great. I even posted one casually on my WeChat moments. Wedding the day after tomorrow, 12:08 p.m. at the Royal Hotel. Lisa and I had just decided on that together. Our parents were flying in from New York to LA to attend. Hubby, go back to the hospital and rest, Lisa said sweetly, arranging for 2 bodyguards to escort me back while she took care of other preparations. Back in my hospital room, my phone was blowing up. My WeChat was flooded with likes and congratulatory messages. Very few people even knew Mary and I had been married. Then I got one message that stood out. Is it fun to Photoshop fake wedding photos just to annoy me? It came from Tom's WeChat, but I knew it was Mary. A bit later, Jacob texted me. Bro, Mary's been going crazy trying to find you. Can you call back around 1:30 p.m.? I hesitated but decided it was time to make things clear. I called. Jacob picked up, but it was Mary's voice I heard. George, what do you mean you're done with me? She asked, furious. You skipped today on purpose. The company might fire you. I already resigned, Mary. You approved it, I said calmly. What? Who allowed that? Look, I know you're still mad about the kiss, but can you stop being so petty? Tom worked hard for the game launch. I just kissed him as a reward. Reward, huh? I replied, smirking. Not bad. Mary exploded with anger, but I hung up. Whatever she felt, it wasn't my concern anymore. At 2:00 p.m. sharp, the TV in my hospital room began broadcasting the game launch. Fantasy Journey to the West was finally going live. I watched Tom walk confidently onto the stage. He stood there soaking in the spotlight, saying, "This game integrates deep traditional culture, beautiful graphics, immersive quests. We've worked hard to deliver the ultimate experience. I even wrote and composed the theme song, A Lifetime of Love. I hope everyone enjoys it." Applause trickled in, not exactly the response he expected. Mary stood beside the stage, gazing at him with admiration. The fact that I'd once been her husband clearly meant nothing anymore. Tom continued, proudly announcing player testing. Then he hugged Mary and even kissed her on the lips as cameras flashed. "Wow, Mary is so lucky," someone in the audience gushed. "Her husband is so talented and handsome," I chuckled bitterly. Most people didn't know I was the original creator. Many of the investors there knew, though. They just chose to play dumb. This game, the one Tom was taking credit for, had taken me and my team a full year to get to testing phase. I had warned Mary just yesterday that the system still had bugs. She ignored me. Tom told her it was fine, and she believed him. Fine. Let's see how fine it really is. Sure enough, within 3 minutes of going live, the game crashed. People began whispering in confusion. Mary looked panicked. "Tom, what's going on?" Tom, still trying to act composed, barked at the tech team. "Fix it now, what are you just standing around for?" The tech staff looked helpless. Finally, Jacob spoke up. "Only Director George can fix this." Tom's face turned red. "You're all useless. If you can't fix a simple bug, you don't belong here." "Then maybe you should fix it yourself," Jacob shot back. "Without Director George, this whole thing is doomed." And with that, Jacob quit. Several others followed him out. Mary was furious. "Tom, you said this game would be fine? You said there'd be no problems?" Tom was sweating. "It's George's fault. He left the bug in there on purpose so we'd have to beg him to come back." My phone rang again. "Mary." I didn't answer. She called again and again. I finally picked up. "What do you want, Mary?" I said coldly. "You have 10 minutes to come fix this," she snapped, "or we're getting a divorce." "Oh?" I replied, unfazed. "Okay." She hung up. Then she turned to Tom and smugly said, "Once I mentioned divorce, he folded. Told you he'd come." Tom laughed nervously. Facing the cameras, he declared, "Don't worry, everyone. The issue will be fixed in 15 minutes and we'll launch. On time!" 10 minutes passed. I didn't show. 15 passed. Still no sign of me. Mary's smile began to fade. Mary and Tom's faces grew as ugly as pig liver. Mary clenched her jaw, clearly uneasy. "Maybe you should call and ask where George is," Tom suggested cautiously. Though Mary looked gloomy, she didn't lose her temper. Too many people were around. She smiled faintly and brushed it off. No matter how much Tom pushed, she would endure it quietly. But with me, she would yell and boss me around like I was her servant. Just then, my phone rang again. I picked up. "Mary, what now?" "George, do you really want a divorce?" she snapped. "I just rewarded you with a kiss. Is that so bad? I'm seriously mad this time. Hurry up and come over." I responded coldly. "Oh." Mary hesitated, sensing something was wrong. "Wait, don't hang up," she cried, and quickly covered the mic, whispering, "Honey, I know I was wrong. Please come help me fix the game bug, okay? We can talk about everything when we get home." Still silent, I let her squirm. She gritted her teeth. "Fine. At worst, you can sleep in my bed tonight, but you're not allowed to touch me." "No need," I sneered. "You know I'm petty. I hate using things that have been used by others." Mary stomped her foot but kept her voice in check. "Honey, I just kissed you. You can't be that stingy, right? You're the most obedient husband. Be good." Even now, she still thought this was just about a kiss. "We've been married 5 years. Other than touching her hand when we exchanged rings, when have I ever even held her?" "Mary, do you have any shame?" I snapped. "You've got a drawer. Full of condoms in your room. Do you think I'm blind? Or is your room a brothel? Mary's face instantly turned pale. Honey, listen to me. Those are just what? I cut her off. For foot care. Yes. She nodded quickly, eyes panicked. You're so smart, honey. I chuckled coldly. Mary, we're already divorced. Don't bother me again. She froze. Divorced? She echoed blankly. If you don't want to help me, fine, she suddenly snapped. But don't use this as an excuse to brush me off. Fine. You want a divorce? I'll make it happen. Just then, a woman appeared on the venue's large TV screen. Lisa. She was dressed sharply in a white blouse and tailored pants, looking every inch the cold, commanding CEO. It was the same outfit she wore this morning when we had our photos taken. President. Lisa! Mary shrieked, tossing her phone at Tom and rushing toward the screen in panic. Tom noticed the phone was still connected and leaned toward the mic. George, you're embarrassing me, so Mary will finally divorce you. Even if she won't. It doesn't matter. One call from me and she'll still come crawling. I'm putting a green hat on you every day. Oh, wait! He laughed mockingly. You haven't even touched her hand, so technically you're not even cuckolded. Ha 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 ha! The audience gasped at his arrogance. Lisa took the stage with a calm, cold air. The media cameras turned to her instantly. I have 3 announcements, she said. First, George and Mary are officially divorced as of today. She held up a document. Here is the divorce certificate. Then she tossed it toward Mary. The room erupted into whispers. Divorced? But weren't Mary and Tom just... Mary's face turned ghostly pale. No, this has to be fake. Lisa smiled, tossing another document. This is the divorce agreement. The one you signed, President Mary. I couldn't help but laugh. She'd finally learned how it feels. No, this can't be. Mary stared at her own signature in disbelief. George loves me. Why would he divorce me? One of the investors stood up. President Lisa, is this true? Of course, she said coolly. Then why continue working with Cygnus Group? Lisa's expression didn't waver. That brings me to announcement 2. The Stellar Consortium is officially withdrawing its billion-dollar investment from Cygnus Group. Mary turned frantic. What? Why? You owe me an explanation. Lisa's smile turned sharper. Fine. I, Lisa, am very reasonable. The success of Cygnus Group these past 5 years has all been thanks to George's R&D capabilities. Now that he's resigned, Cygnus has no value. Our company still has many outstanding employees, Mary argued desperately. She grabbed Tom. Like Tom, he's the apprentice of world-class hacker Mr. DC. Tom straightened proudly. Yes, my master is Mr. DC. Lisa smirked. As far as I know, Mr. DC has never taken an apprentice. So who exactly are you pretending to be? Mary was speechless. I'd told her this before, but she didn't believe me. Now, hearing it from Lisa, doubt finally started to form. Call Mr. DC right now, she demanded. Have him fix the bug. We'll pay whatever it takes. I don't have his number, Tom mumbled, sweating. My senior brother does. He'll get it right away. A moment later, Tom stared at the number his senior sent him. What's wrong? Mary frowned. This number, it seems to be... Seems to be what? Tom gulped. George's... Mary grabbed the phone, checked it multiple times. You mean, Mr. DC is George? Tom stammered. My senior often contacts this number, for tech help. I didn't realize... Still, Mary wouldn't believe it. Call it, she ordered. Tom obeyed. Hello? Is this Mr. DC? I'm Tom. My senior is Shaoli Fei Dao. He always consults you. Oh, I replied coldly. Never. Heard of him? Tom's face went gray. It's George. Mary looked like she'd been struck. She wobbled on her feet. We've always respected Director George, one investor muttered. You, Mary, never cherished him. A few days ago, he even drank so much for your company's deal he got a gastric perforation. Mary stared in horror. What? Tom told me George was partying at a nightclub with some woman. Tom stammered. I said that to keep you from worrying. It was a slip of the tongue. Mary frowned, thinking carefully. Then her eyes widened in realization. Right, that's what you said. Then I was wrong to blame you. But George clearly had a gastric perforation. Why didn't he just tell me? Why didn't he treat me like his wife at all? Her voice cracked with a mix of confusion and regret. If he'd just explained what was happening, I never would have forced him to drink. Mary, a cold voice interrupted. Didn't I already tell you? I'm lying in a hospital bed right now, all because of you. Lisa's tone turned icy as she stepped forward. What did you just say? You forced my brother George to drink? Her expression darkened. The tension in the room grew thick. Without another word, Lisa raised her hand. Slap. A sharp sound echoed across the press conference. Hall, Lisa, are you out of your mind? Mary shouted, clutching her cheek, eyes blazing with fury. Is it just about $1 billion deal? Fine, I don't even want it anymore. Oh, Mary, Lisa scoffed. Do you really not see what's going on here? Or are you just that self-absorbed? Her voice grew colder. Slap. This is for your shamelessness, cheating on George with that scumbag Tom. Slap. This is for your ingratitude, constantly bullying George, even pushing him to the brink. Slap. And this is for 5 long years of treating him like nothing, denying him affection, not even letting him share a bed with his own wife. Mary was left stunned, reeling from the shock. Her pride and dignity crumbled as Lisa stood firm. You've gone too far. Tom finally stepped forward to defend Mary, his voice laced with anger. You think we need you? Plenty of companies would still partner with us. Lisa turned to him with a mocking smile. Oh, really? Which company is that short-sighted? Investors exchanged glances. Then, one by one, they began speaking up. I'm pulling out of the deal. Same here. We're canceling our cooperation. The why-ca. Dominoes fell fast. Within minutes, nearly all of the partners had withdrawn. Mary, overwhelmed and pale, collapsed to the floor. The billion-dollar game launch was in ruins. Investors left. Phones buzzed with breaking headlines. Cygnus Group's stock price began to nosedive. Ignoring Mary and Tom, Lisa took a breath and stepped back up to the mic. As for the final matter, she said, a spark of joy returning to her eyes. George and I got our marriage certificate today. The wedding banquet will be held at the Royal Grand Hotel the day after tomorrow. We hope you'll all come celebrate with us. Mary, still kneeling, suddenly sprang to her feet and rushed at Lisa. You shameless mistress. You stole my husband. Just because you won't invest, you think you can steal George too? He's mine. I won't agree to a divorce. Lisa stared at her with quiet disdain. Oh? Then let me show you why you don't get to make that choice anymore. She gestured to her assistant. Moments later, scandalous photos filled the massive press conference screen, intimate selfies of Mary and Tom. The crowd gasped. Wait, that's not George? It's Tom. I thought she was cold and distant. Turns out she's got a wild side. Tom just got back and already stirred up this mess? Wow. Gasps turned into murmurs. Phones snapped photos of the screen, and the images spread like wildfire through social media and group chats. Turn it off! Stop showing those! This is an invasion of privacy! Mary shouted, finally panicking. Lisa turned to her, eyes narrowed. What else do you have to stop me and George now? You know he's a clean freak. He thinks you're filthy. No, George loves me, Mary yelled desperately. He'd never marry you. I made one mistake. Just one. I'll explain everything to him. He'll forgive me. He will come back to me. Sure, Lisa said dryly. Let's see who George chooses. Mary stormed out of the room, Tom trailing behind her with a stormy face. Whispers followed them out the door. Lisa's lips curled slightly. After thanking the remaining attendees, she left the venue. Later, Lisa came to visit me at the hospital. Honey, I'm sorry. I did something, and you might get mad when you hear it. She looked sheepish, like a kid who got caught sneaking. Cookies? You slapped Mary, I said with a smile. You saw? She asked nervously. Not just me. Probably everyone in Los Angeles saw it. It was live streamed. Lisa blinked, embarrassed. I forgot it was being broadcast. I chuckled. Honestly? Well done. The whole city should be giving you a standing ovation. Her eyes lit up. Really? I couldn't stand seeing her treat you like that. I nodded, but in my heart, I knew Mary wouldn't let this go. After destroying the launch and costing us billions, she'd want revenge. And Tom, he wouldn't stop either. The next day, one day before the wedding, our parents arrived and came to visit me in the hospital. There was worry, but also joy. We were finally becoming one family. After they left, I checked out of the hospital. I had one last thing to do: retrieve evidence of Tom's crimes from Mary's villa. When I arrived, I ran into Mary and Tom coming out the front door. George? Mary blinked, surprised. Then she smirked. I knew you couldn't. Stay away from me. She turned to Tom. See? Even if you and Lisa got married, he still came running back to me to apologize. Told you. I kept my voice calm. You're overthinking. I just came to grab something I left. I walked past them without another glance. Mary's smirk faltered. She pushed Tom aside and hurried after me. George, wait. Are you still angry? She trailed behind me like a ghost from a past life. I didn't know you were Mr. DC. You worked so hard on the game for a year, and I didn't appreciate it. But Tom, he launched the game. Even though there are some bugs, you can fix it, right? I said nothing. Mary's tone turned sweet. Fake. Sweet. Don't be mad anymore, okay? Tom and it didn't mean anything. I was just messing around. It was all a mistake. I still didn't respond. She suddenly hugged me from behind. George, remember when we first got married? Things weren't perfect, but we were happy. We laughed, didn't we? You smiled so much back then. Her voice softened. Her grip tightened, but I'd already let go. Mary pulled me into the living room, frantically looking around. Huh? Where are our wedding photos? Luma, where are our wedding photos? The housekeeper rushed over, clearly flustered. Miss the wedding photos! Mr. George burned them. Mary's face turned pale. Honey, those were our wedding photos. How could you bear to burn them? Panicked, she tried to stay calm. It's okay. We still have the photo album, right? Go get it. But Luma stepped in again. Miss, the album was burned too. And the gifts Mr. George prepared for you were all destroyed. Mary's legs wobbled. Her eyes scanned the empty room, disoriented. George, how can you be so heartless? She suddenly broke down, hysterical. I only kissed Tom. You're divorcing me just to make yourself feel better? What do you want, George? Do you want me to kneel and beg? I remained silent. Cold. I've got my stuff. I'm leaving. We'll never see each other again. Mary spread her arms and blocked the doorway. No, you can't just leave. You owe me an explanation. Explanation? I scoffed. Weren't the photos at the press conference enough? Mary's face turned pale. Honey, those photos were fake. Lisa P. edited them. I swear I never did anything with Tom. I calmly took out my phone and pulled up Tom's chat logs. These are the originals, sent by Tom himself. Mary's eyes widened as she snatched the phone. No, it's not like that. These are all fake. Please believe me. I swear nothing happened between us. The evidence was there. She just refused to accept it. Slap. I struck her. Wake up, Mary. It's over. You signed the resignation papers. You signed the divorce. From now on, we're nothing to each other. Tears streamed down her face. But I loved you for 5 years. Doesn't that mean anything? I stepped closer, voice calm but sharp. Just one reminder, Mary. You'll never beat Tom. Be careful. You have no idea how your story ends. She shook her head, sobbing. Tom loves me. He'd never hurt me. I ignored her. You believe in him so much? Then enjoy the consequences. As for me, I'm done. I dropped the last box and left. Scene shift. My new wedding day. The venue was packed. Friends, family, past investors, and colleagues like Jacob from tech all came to celebrate. Under show. The host's guidance, I walked toward the stage, holding Lisa's hand. Wow, the bride's rich and beautiful. Director George really struck gold, Jacob joked. I just want to keep working with him forever, someone else added. Everyone laughed. Then came the big moment. Mr. George, do you take Miss Lisa as your wife, to love through wealth, or poverty, until death? I smiled, took the mic, and opened my mouth. Then, he doesn't want to, a voice shouted from the entrance. All heads turned. It was Mary, wearing a wedding dress, charging down the aisle like a madwoman. I quickly shielded Lisa and stepped back. Mary grabbed the microphone. Everyone! George is my husband. He was, and he always will be. He loves me. I love him. He's only marrying Lisa out of anger. Let's remarry right now, George. Lisa's face went pale. I could feel her trembling. I squeezed her hand tightly. Don't worry, wife. No one's ruining our wedding. I stepped forward and slapped Mary again. Have you lost your mind? We're over. Mary was hysterical. Hit me all you want. If it calms you down, hit me. I was wrong. Those soups I made when you were hungover, the breakfasts, I did it all for you. I was blinded by Tom. But I'm yours, George. I'll make it right. Just give me one more chance. Then suddenly, she pulled out a knife. George, if I can't live happily, you can't either. Watch out, Lisa screamed, stepping in front of me. I kicked Mary away and caught Lisa in my arms. Wife! Are you okay? Please hold on. We'll get you to a hospital. Lisa blinked in confusion. Me? I'm fine. I quickly checked her body. No injuries. It was a false alarm. I exhaled, trembling. Thank God. If anything happened to you? Just then, Mary's weak voice came from the floor. George, I give you my life. I owe you nothing anymore. She fainted. The knife had accidentally stabbed her when I kicked her. 2 police officers burst in. She is suspected of attempted murder. Please come with us. Mary was taken away. Our wedding continued. I do, Lisa and I said in unison. With cheers and blessings from everyone, we became husband and wife. 1 year later, I heard Mary was hospitalized. The Cygnus group collapsed. Tom fled with the money. Mentally broken, Mary found Tom and murdered him in a fit of rage. She was locked in a mental hospital for life. I started a new tech company. All my old team joined. The business thrived. A year later, Lisa and I had a beautiful child. Looking at our little family, I finally understood. True happiness doesn't come from status or wealth. It comes from being with the one who truly loves you